Sure, go ahead.
You can't read lips through someone's head. You got bloody magic eyes if you can do that. You're a super deaf person.
This one's for Stephen. I'm wondering, what was your favorite era of Doctor Who? Because yours seems like...
Fifth series seems pretty good to me. I like all of it, honestly, this is true. I watched it from the beginning, I never stopped, I never gave up on it, and I'll be honest, I suppose the modern day version of Doctor Who is probably my favourite simply because they let me have a go now and then, that's more fun. Tom Baker never phoned me up and said, oh, go on, you go. So, but I loved it all, I did love it all, genuinely.
With all of the crazy characters, for Stephen, all of these crazy characters that you've given us with the carnivorous shadows and statues that zap you into the past, what is your inspiration for this? Did you just have a really creepy childhood?
Well, you know, it's such, I mean, I know actually I had an uneventful childhood that was very, very happy and nothing of any interest has ever happened to me at all, which is why I write nonsense. The truth is, the inspiration for most of this is, it's terrible to say, is watching Doctor Who. That's what Doctor Who's like. When you're a kid, is Gareth Roberts, who's a Doctor Who writer, of course you all know that, has a theory that basically what you do when you grow up, and this only applies to a small number of people, let's be honest, is write the kind of Doctor Who that you remember watching as a child. So his memory of Doctor Who is very much the big, colourful, funny episodes, so that's what he writes. And I just remember being absolutely terrified, so that's what I write. I mean, that's just the way it is. But both versions of the show are absolutely true. It's all those things.
Okay, my question is for Stephen. Are we going to see more of Rose and her new doctor in the parallel universe?
Where are you going with that? I'm not telling you. Sorry.
Apparently they're dating them, aren't they? In the parallel universe.
Isn't she just sort of saying, you're not really him, are you? But as a way, though, you know, you gotta give the doctor credit for dumping a slightly clingy girlfriend. Writing a copy of yourself. You know, thinking, oh, I put another dimension, that didn't work. I've had the same problem. I never thought
I'm just seeing this terrible new side of Stephen Moffat. San Diego's just bringing out the worst of him. I mean, he is jet lagged. I mean, last night we had dinner, he fell asleep twice, okay? So I think the dating advice is not really acceptable from you. He fell asleep twice at dinner. I had to kind of prod him.
Dinner with Jimmy Gardner, all she talks.
I heard you had a hard time with getting into the
People fell
country.
asleep during that.
I heard you had a hard time getting into the country. Is that?
Sorry?
Did you have a hard time getting into the country, or getting in customs?
Oh, yes. I don't know if you know this about America, but you hate us. I mean, you really don't want us in. And there's all these people working at the airport, and they think it's their job to send you back. And a little form you got to fill in, and if you get it wrong, they make you go to the end of the line. Start again. And this time, having got a form filled in correctly and feeling I'm a good boy, they said, we're going to need to ask you a few more questions. And they took me into a side room and made me sit with 20 people who all were definitely guilty, and just me. And I just sat there thinking, I'm cracking, I'm actually going to confess. I hadn't realised it, but yeah, I am a bit un-American. I am quite possibly planning something. And before I actually melted and sobbed and explained all my plans to unseat democracy, they called me to the front. They said, Stephen Muppet. Possibly close. Are you Stephen Muppet? I said, yes. Where did you go to university? It was an Al-Qaeda training cell. It was building up. I thought I can't stop myself. I'm going to say something like that. I didn't. I said cleverly, Glasgow University. So, and they said, yeah, have you ever been in the armed forces? Why are you in America? And that was like, what are you doing in my house? So I'm going to a comics con. Is that what you are? What's that mean? I've never been called upon to deny by an official being a comics convention.